Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. We are past the bash. We are past what was a great evening for the Monday Night Raw brand. Maybe even, no, I will go as far as saying their greatest pay-per-view under the general manager, Mr. Dredge. But it ended in dismay for one side. Christian not able to knock off the ace, but a new challenger in town in the King of Strong style. Plenty will be discussed here tonight on this episode of Monday Night Raw, but we are here with huge news. You saw it at the bash. Brock Lesnar will be in action tonight. And the Beast has arrived to Monday Night Raw. It's going to be a huge moment when he shows up. But for our main event of the evening, it's all about the wrestling. Kyle O'Reilly, Andrade, Cien, Almas. The winner goes to Money in the Bank. Who will join the field of competitors who have already qualified for that ladder match? We'll find out in tonight's main event, but we are going to start things off with none other than the man who closed out the bash, staring down the ace. It is the King of Strong style. It is Shinsuke Nakamura. He closed out his match at the bash with Kenny Omega, losing via DQ, a low blow to the two-time King of the Ring. And Shinsuke Nakamura went on to send a message his own way at the end of the evening. Nothing was said, but in its own way, it spoke 100 words. Shinsuke Nakamura, certainly it seems, with an eye on the World Heavyweight Championship, with an eye on the ace, his old rival, his old friend, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I wonder what Shinsuke Nakamura might have to do here tonight, what message he might send as he prepares for this match against Sami Zayn here this evening. Nakamura challenged Omega to that Money in the Bank qualifier and then deliberately got himself disqualified. Omega will go to Money in the Bank, but we do not know why Nakamura even wanted his Money in the Bank if he was going to get himself disqualified, and why he stayed face to face with the world champion to close the show. This might answer a few questions though. Microphone in hand from Nakamura. This is an important message from the former world champion himself, calling last night fun. Kenny should have enjoyed the little present that came his way, the welcoming gift to Money in the Bank, because Nakamura didn't need the briefcase to become a champion again. Nakamura calling that briefcase a curse, saying it can be Kenny Omega's turn to hold it instead. Nakamura cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase to win his one and only world title. It seems as if he's trying to goad Kenny Omega's mind to a different place, but calling out to Tanahashi, saying they got to share a ring for the first time in years. At Money in the Bank though, he wants to share the ring and take the world title from him. If Tanahashi could barely beat Christian, what makes him think he'll beat Nakamura? He's going to show that Tanahashi is a joke and that an ace is no match for a king of strong style. Shinsuke Nakamura definitely with a lot of confidence going for him right now. And here comes his opponent, Sami Zayn, making his way out for this one. And an important match for Zayn, as he is face to face against the man who has his sights set on being next in line for the World Heavyweight Championship just under 2 weeks away at Money in the Bank. Zayn, of course there will be no Money in the Bank for Sami Zayn. Both slots will be determined for Monday Night Raw by the end of this evening, and we will be down to just one spot left in this prestigious match. That, of course, going to come from SmackDown Live either tomorrow or next week. Nevertheless, Sami Zayn ready to go here this evening. Zayn could throw a cog in the works of Sami Zayn's whole plan, of course. He could completely derail what Shinsuke Nakamura is seeking out here and just saying, no, actually, I'm going to be the next in line for the world title. These two men, I believe they've met in the past on SmackDown Live. Both men, of course, former world champions. But we'll see how things will go this evening as we kick off this episode of Monday Night Raw. Starting the show big following the bash. Here we go. Calling about tight between the two men. Nakamura in that arm position. Oh, look at this from Nakamura. Flipping his way out of the move. Nicely done indeed. That's a great transition into a side headlock there. Really threw Zayn off his game and capitalized with an advantage. Side headlock now being tweaked in on Sami Zayn. Zayn, though, will push Nakamura to the ropes. Push him off as well. Duck down from Sami Zayn and in with the drop kick. As said, though, plenty to come this evening on Monday Night Raw. The Beast in action after his big-time debut at Money in the Bank. And another women's Money in the Bank qualifying match to come up after this match here this evening. Kairi, Sane and Jordynne Grace will meet. And Raw will look to fill its spots in both Money in the Bank ladder matches it is eligible for by the end of tonight. Cover made by Nakamura. Early kick out there from Sami Zayn. And Nakamura now going to work on the arm. All of this is, of course, about making sure that Hiroshi Tanahashi is watching on, that he's got an eye on this one. But of course that could also backfire. Nakamura has all the attention on him following Money in the Bank. Sorry, following the bash. And he could pay for it here this evening. Sami Zayn going under the second rope now. Zayn up high. Beautiful move from the second to the top rope with that crossbody. A very early kick out from Nakamura, who is poised right now to put himself in position for a shot at that world title. Half-hatch suplex from Sami Zayn. Michinoku driver follows up as well. Zayn unloading away with offense right now and no response from Nakamura to it. Tope back in the ring. Cover made to put away Nakamura. Referee slowing to count there. That's probably why it was such an early kick out on Nakamura's side of things. Back elbow. Oh, didn't get all of that knee, but enough to knock Zayn off his feet. That knee, maybe the point of it getting in the gut. And now Nakamura has suddenly taken control. Sami Zayn now the one in a world of bother, and he needs to get himself out of that as soon as possible because Nakamura will not give you any leeway. That forearm combination knocking Sami Zayn off his feet to the apron. But he responds with a forearm of his own and back in the ring. Huge elevation on that missile drop kick. And now Zayn has returned to a bit of control in this matchup, necessary for him if he wants the win here. Trying to keep Nakamura at bay, trying to keep him off his feet. Blue Thunder bomb from Zayn will certainly help out with that one. Blue Thunder connects. And Zayn going to go up high again. Goes to the top rope. Went for a splash and Nakamura's deadly knees were up in time. And now it's Nakamura's turn to slam Zayn. Exploder into the mat. And all of a sudden it can only take one move to put away Zayn. Oh, good counter though from Zayn. In response to that Irish whip, Nakamura goes up and over the top rope here. Sami Zayn sees an opportunity to capitalize and he's going to do just that. Look out, Nakamura. Back suplex into the apron. And back in the ring though we go. Oh, step up enziguri from Zayn there. Nakamura may have made a mistake. He's gone into the turnbuckle. Sami Zayn has him right where he wants him. However kick. However kick by Zayn. Zayn got all of that one and he could be about to pull off a monumental victory. He covers Nakamura. Referee into count. Oh, it's a kick out at 2 from the King of Strong Style. Zayn can hardly believe it. The Helova kick should have finished. The man seeking to be the next challenger to the ace. Good counter from Nakamura. Kick in the gut. Kinshasa. Kinshasa from Nakamura. And one move is all it takes to win a match. Sami Zayn missed one move. Nakamura made him pay. Bloodied or not, Nakamura your winner to kick off Monday Night Raw. And Tanahashi may well have every reason to have a close eye on the King of Strong Style. He wants the title. He wants the ace. And there may be nothing stopping him getting there. So a very intriguing start to this evening's action on Monday Night Raw. But we move on. Busy night following the bash. And like I said, it is time for our second Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Qualification match. Yep, that was a mouthful. To happen here tonight. Kairi Sane versus Jordynne Grace. 1-on-1. Both women seeking out the opportunity to go to that historic first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We already know that Tessa Blanchard is going there, having qualified off a victory over Dakota Kai last night. Of course, if you have not seen the bash, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. It was a highly entertaining contest. So many great matches to talk about, and just reliving that moment of Christian versus Tanahashi. Just, you know, there's been so many great matches this year already in this universe, but maybe none more passionate than that one. Maybe none that tugged at the heartstrings so much as that one did. It was Christian's one last match. He called it himself, and it was truly heartbreaking to see it end the way it did. I don't imagine Christian is done yet, but having failed in what he believes to be his final chance to be world champion, it has to have crushed him. And I feel so sorry for Christian. I really do. He gave it everything. He should have won. He just somehow hung in there. But nevertheless, this is not a match involving Christian. This is a match involving Kairi Sane and Jordynne Grace, two women with great success in this universe already. Sane, of course, a former NXT Women's Champion and an old rival of Tessa Blanchard. Those two women having had so many matches in the past in NXT. Trifecta versus Sane was a huge story last year. And then, of course, Kairi Sane made her move up to the main roster. She already had the opportunity to battle the likes of Ronda Rousey and former Raw Women's Champion Asuka. Jordynne Grace, of course, was the winner of the Mae Young Classic this year. Went through the tournament, defeated Miko Satomura in the finals. Got her opportunity at Asuka, but much the same as Sane. Came up on the short end of the stick. However, these two women, immensely talented, both with a great opportunity here this evening to qualify for that Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Like I said, just under 2 weeks away from it, and it is going to be a historic moment. We saw the first ever women's ladder match at WrestleMania. Now, you can see the first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match in just effectively a few days' time. So here we go between Grace and Sane. Drop under there by Sane. Drop kick, same as we saw in the match before. Drop under into the drop kick. Sane's going to have to use her speed here to try and knock Grace off of her pedestal, to try and put Grace in a spot of bother, because let's be real here, it's not going to be easy to take care of Jordynne Grace. She is by far and away one of the most powerful women in this division in terms of her strength. And she is demonstrating it right now. Deadlift powerbomb to Kairi Sane. Oh my goodness. Looking for belly to belly here. Sane planting her weight into the mat. Smart move there. Nice. Reverse DDT. That elbow across the chest from Sane as well. Two similar sounding names in the first two matches here. Off the ropes comes Kairi Sane now again. Grace attempts a belly to belly, and Sane clapping the ears, disorientating Jordynne Grace, comes up with the counter, lifts her up to her feet now. Kairi Sane with an opportunity. Snap suplex. Great strength there to lift Jordynne Grace, but couldn't go for the cover. Grace kicking out before the count of one could even be initiated. Oh, nice palm strike into the gut there. Over the shoulders though goes Kairi Sane, and then knocked down with that double axe handle. Jordynne Grace's power just enough to do the damage there and then. Attacking the arm now, trying to take away the insane elbow. Smart thinking from Grace. And of course the anchor, should Sane look to lock that in as well. Hoisting Sane back up to her feet. Counter made by the Pirate Princess. And Kairi Sane now. Lovely tornado DDT. But Jordynne Grace again putting the kibosh on things. Jawbreaker connects. Snapmare follows up, and she's doing a bit of work on the head right now at Kairi Sane. But Sane quick to fight out of it and quick to knock Grace back down, and this is smart. Going after the leg. Look at the strength of Sane. Are you kidding me? Kairi Sane with, oh, I know, as a Brock lock applied. That was sensational, but wow. So is that. Jordynne Grace shrugs it off. Deadlift gut wrench suplex. Thank you for coming. Thank you for trying. She'll go back to taking control and again goes back to targeting the arm. Kind of made there by Sane to whatever Jordynne Grace was looking for. And again, Sane demonstrates her power. Twisting suplex driver goes into the cover. And again, Grace able to kick out as early as she possibly can. Well, I just said possibly wrong, but still. Nice chop in the chest. Didn't really have much going for it. That did, though. Spine buster from Grace. Could it be her ticket to Money in the Bank? Kick out at 2. And as you saw there, Sane getting the other shoulder up there, as opposed to the shoulder that's been targeted from Jordynne Grace. That might be smart thinking from Kairi Sane there. But she does hit an elbow with it. And then, look at that Northern Light suplex. Hooked in that arm. Hooked in that leg, sorry, to try and prevent Grace from getting out of the hold. Forearm there. So as if to say, she's using that arm now as if to say, you can try, but you're not going to make me stop using that arm. Grace, though, with a powerful counter there. And then sending Sane to the turnbuckle. Thick Mama Pump. Looking to try and maintain control in this match, but she is sent face first into that turnbuckle pad. Kairi Sane, look at that bridge. Incredible. Wow, Jordynne Grace getting the shoulder up as early as possible. No point in Sane keeping that cover in, and look at how much it may have taken out of her as well. Slow up to her feet, and that'll be where Grace will capitalize. Buckle bomb to Sane. What a contest this has been from these two women. Another spinebuster attempt, but this one's countered. This one countered by Sane. And Sane now might have been planning something on the apron, but Grace came up with came to her feet quick enough to deny it. You can see a little bit of a slouched approach almost from Sane. She's feeling the exhaustion, struggling to stay up on her feet from a simple strike there from Jordynne Grace. Might tell you the story as she is sent careening into that turnbuckle, but incredible toughness from Sane gets her out of it. Wait. Jordynne Grace is going to be in trouble. Kairi Sane going across the ring. Going to make Grace walk the plank with that elbow into the chest. Kairi Sane has Grace down and could have her out. She goes up to the second rope. Splashes down on Grace with all of her might. And then goes up to the top rope. Jordynne Grace tried to deny it, but it's going to strike. Insane elbow. And the cover is made. Kairi Sane is going to Money in the Bank. Congratulations to Sane. She has done it. The second woman to qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Sane and Blanchard will represent Raw. Two old rivals will represent that brand. That tells a story in itself. Sane hoping that she'll be the one to hoist that briefcase for the very first time. Congratulations to both women. Grace put up a hell of a fight, but Sane's resiliency kept her in it. Kairi Sane joins the fray in the Women's Money in the Bank. Well, last night, ladies and gentlemen, there was a simply scintillating matchup between the Velveteen Dream and Daniel Bryan. All the mind games that have been played, all the underhanded tactics by the Velveteen Dream to try and get one over on Daniel Bryan, all came to a head last night at the Bash. And you could feel the anger from both men being portrayed as The match went on, but it ended in one way and one way only, and that was with a double countout. Daniel Bryan, I think, in that moment, cost himself the US title, cost himself the chance of being the very first man to defeat the Velveteen Dream on Monday Night Raw, and in turn, fell for the Dream's mind games. I think Dream wanted him to let his anger out and use it to capitalize. What happened instead was Bryan let his anger out outside of the ring. The referee had no choice but to count 10 on both men, and as a result, the Velveteen Dream didn't win over Daniel Bryan, but he didn't lose either, and he kept his United States Championship, and that, I think, is the key problem for Daniel Bryan right now. Velveteen Dream still the United States Champion. We saw both men fighting to the backstage area following their match, and security was there, thankfully, to break it up right away before it got too far out of hand. Daniel Bryan told to stay at home for this evening, while Velveteen Dream competes here tonight. And I wonder if another opportunity is given Velveteen Dream's way. He knows. There's got to be a part of Dream that knows, even after all of those mind games, he didn't put him away. He didn't put away Daniel Bryan. As a matter of fact, Bryan looked to have the match more won than Dream did. Bryan hit the running knee. Yes, Dream kicked out of it, but he hit the running knee. Velveteen Dream missed 2 opportunities to hit that purple Rainmaker. And what I'm saying is, if he missed them and Bryan was able to get his finishing move in, Bryan was a damn sight closer to winning that match than the Velveteen Dream was. So there may be another point to prove by Dream in that regard about his bounce back here, about questions surrounding his US champ, as his reign as US champion. It's one-on-one against Shane Thorne here tonight. Nick Miller at ringside. This time we've seen TM6-1 in a couple of weeks. But, you know, while this could be a match where we could see an upset being posed by Shane Thorne, this is also a match where we have to wonder, what will Velveteen Dream do here tonight to answer some questions coming out of last night, and what else might he have up his sleeve to try and get under the skin of Daniel Bryan some more, because I don't think things finished last night between them. Matter of fact, I think they just kicked it up another notch after last night. Velveteen Dream now in with a big suplex. Spot a suplex there. Thorne goes down. Miller getting involved, and bit of arguing between both sides there. Gives the opportunity for Thorne to try and get back in this match, and he will. Suplex attempt. Dream in with a very quick counter there to get himself out of that one. Uppercut. And drop kick follows up as well. Thorne taken off his feet. Velveteen Dream definitely showing some more aggression than we're used to. Well, Miller trying to do anything he can to help. If that means sliding in a steel chair, then so be it. Kick caught. Oh, big lariat there by Shane Thorne. Knocks down the Velveteen Dream, kneeing him in the face as well. Using... No, that wasn't the brace. I thought that was the knee brace there. Almost using it as an advantage, maybe. Counter made by Dream. And oh, I think Thorne went face first into the chair on that impact. That's not going to do you any favors. Dream Valley Driver, as he now asks for it to be called. The Dream Valley Driver connects. Miller arguing with the referee. Dream, though, and now arguing with Dream. That's about the third or fourth time that Miller's had something to do in this matchup already. Thorne trying to get involved now. German suplex. No, Dream escapes it. Oh, what a big boot there. Well, this is letting Daniel Bryan know that the Velveteen Dream was awoken, was made angry after last night. And he is now showing to Daniel Bryan that I can get as aggressive as you can. Back suplex on the apron. Back in the ring now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The yes lock. The yes lock from the Velveteen Dream. We saw him take the headbutt. We saw him take the yes kicks. And now he's taken the yes lock. Applying it on Shane Thorne, who's crawling to the ropes but doesn't make it. Velveteen Dream wins with the yes lock. And the US champion walks out with victory here tonight, and again trying to get under Bryan's skin by using his own moves against him. Velveteen Dream with more subliminal messaging towards the man who you assume is still his challenger. Velveteen Dream, your winner here tonight. But what in the world will Daniel Bryan make of what we just saw here tonight? Maybe a call to Daniel Bryan there. Velveteen Dream wins it, but oh, how low up on the Titantron. It's Dredge. And that speaks volumes in and of itself. We didn't get a winner between those two men, but we will in just under 2 weeks' time at Money in the Bank. Daniel Bryan, Velveteen Dream. This time there'll be a winner. And wait a minute. Shelton Benjamin now walking into the office of the general manager, and Dredge asking where the hell Lesnar is. You need to tell me Brock Lesnar's not here? And he's in action up next, or he's supposed to be anyway, and Shelton is the man taking the fall for it, and he's the one who's got to answer on behalf of the Beast, and saying that Lesnar does things on his own time. But what is he on about there? Far bigger problems to be worrying about. Telling Dredge to go down the hall. What is Benjamin on about? Dredge he's wasting little time. He's getting out of the room. He's heeding the call of Shelton Benjamin here. Down the hall. Well, he means the locker room. What did he mean by that? Oh my goodness! Tanahashi! Laid out in the locker room. Clearly jumped and wait, who's that walking in? Oh, Nakamura! Oh my goodness! Saying the ace can only hobble for so long, and he'll put him out to pasture at Money in the Bank. Shinsuke Nakamura was behind that assault on Tanahashi. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only apologize for the lack of Brock Lesnar this evening. As you hear, he does things on his own time, and that'll be next week, but there are bigger things to talk about. Tanahashi knocked out backstage, and as far as we're aware, and unless there's anything else telling us otherwise, Shinsuke Nakamura was the man behind it. He has his sights set on Tanahashi and then some. Nakamura really with a point to prove, but ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our main event of the evening. Hopefully Tanahashi is okay, but here tonight, who will qualify for Money in the Bank? Kyle O'Reilly, Andrade, Cien, Almas one-on-one. Both guys deserve this opportunity. One of them will get it tonight. Kyle O'Reilly coming towards the ring. Of course, he had a sensational match a few weeks back in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament against Roman Reigns. People were hoping for O'Reilly to win it, and he came oh so close, but in the end, Reigns just put him down, and the former WWE Champion could not advance in the tournament. But tonight, he has a chance to advance to Money in the Bank. Both these guys have put on incredible matches since arriving to Monday Night Raw, but neither has got that big win under their belt. Matter of fact, Andrade has won nothing since arriving to Monday Night Raw. Kyle O'Reilly has a victory to his name, but it's only against Jinder Mahal, but it's a victory nonetheless. Andrade, though, has had some great talents to go one-on-one with. He's faced the likes of Hiroshi Tanahashi, Daniel Bryan, Pete Dunne, Jeff Hardy in his short tenure on Monday Night Raw. Now tonight, though, he has another thing to fight for, and that is the chance to go to Money in the Bank. Andrade with Zelina Vega here tonight. Could she have an impact at ringside in this one? This is after everything that has happened following the Bash and after everything we've seen here tonight, it's nice to just get a match where we can just almost zone ourselves out of everything that happened and just focus on the wrestling. And that is exactly what we're going to get in tonight's main event. It's been a hectic night. The fallout from the Bash has certainly been ringing true here, and the majority of it has been surrounding the World Heavyweight Champion, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I can only imagine what is going through the mind of Mr. Dredge right now. The lack of Brock Lesnar here tonight, needing to shift the main event forward, and And then seeing Hiroshi Tanahashi, the world champion, the face of your brand, out on the floor because of, we can only assume to be, the man who stood behind him in Shinsuke Nakamura. You saw Nakamura said it almost mockingly to Tanahashi and almost into Dredge's face. He'll put him down at Money in the Bank. And it was the second time tonight as well that he said Tanahashi's name almost chillingly slow. Ta-na-ha-shi. As if to try and send shivers up the spine of the ace. God, ever since Fastlane back in September, Nakamura has just become more and more twisted as the months have gone on. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event this evening. Hopefully we'll be able to turn our focus away from the World Championship scenario and we'll be able to focus on what is happening here right now. Kyle O'Reilly, Andrade, Cien, Almas, one-on-one. Who goes to Money in the Bank? Who joins Kenny Omega, Hiromu Takahashi, Randy Orton, and Dean Ambrose? Who fills in that 5th position? By the end of tonight, ECW and Raw will be done with its Money in the Bank qualification matches. SmackDown Live still with 3 to go, I believe. But we are focusing on Monday Night Raw right now. It is their main event. And they are certainly getting to enjoy the fallout being a day removed from the Bash. Only one brand gets to experience this, and that is Monday Night Raw. Side headlock now by Andrade as he has Kyle O'Reilly on the mat here. O'Reilly responds though. Oh, nice work there. Did you see the way he locked in the arm? That was pretty neat from O'Reilly. Naturally, as you can imagine, there's a little bit of me in the undertones of this matchup that is aggravated. 2 months ago, these guys were members of ECW, and I had high hopes for both guys. I was expecting them to be holding championship gold at some point on ECW. And 2 months later, they're main eventing an episode of Monday Night Raw. You can imagine how I feel right now. Another twisting suplex driver from Andrade. You can see the almost got a snap variety to it compared to Kairi Sane's earlier on this evening. Andrade now, hard forearm in the face, and then one in the back as well. Backbreaker, and then the arm down across the chest of O'Reilly. Flurry of moves there. But O'Reilly simply had no response to the man who dethroned Bobby Fish from his 390-day reign as WWE Champion. Almost 2 years ago now that occurred. O'Reilly nonetheless still got that fire within him. Look at him go now. Great stuff to witness there. Oh, that knee was on point in the face of Andrade. Went for the cover, but fair play to him. El Idolo kicking out. I think he spent a year in this universe, Andrade, and you can already tell that he's made incredible strides from his debut in NXT. Up. Oh boy, another time. Here tonight with a buckle bomb. Forearm in the face there. Didn't really rock O'Reilly that much, but this might. Schoolboy suplex. Overhead suplex as well. Cover made. Kick out by O'Reilly, an emphatic one at that in front of the referee. Andrade though fired up right now. Zelina Vega's game plan working to full effect. Counter made by O'Reilly. And now he's the one to get a bit of fight back going. Pump, handle, driver. Cover is made. Leg across the shoulders there, but not enough force on it to keep Andrade's shoulders pinned to the mat. Kick right in the chest, though. And again, he goes into the cover, just trying to wear down Andrade right now. He's consistent with his early kickouts. Speaking of kicks, some of O'Reilly's own there. Doesn't take Andrade's off his feet, though. Said he stands O'Reilly back into the turnbuckle, kicks him down, running knees. O'Reilly could do nothing but just take the brunt of those knees in his face. Couldn't cover up in time. But O'Reilly kicks out incredibly early on, and I think that was due to the fact that there wasn't much of a run-up from Andrade for it. But he won't need a run-up for this. Hammerlock DDT incoming, no. Great counter from Kyle O'Reilly. And he puts Andrade up high. Oh! No love lost in that move. Nothing fancy about it. Just launching, just yanking Andrade from the second rope. And what the turnbuckle pad being removed now from Andrade here. He might be looking for an opening right now. But Kyle O'Reilly has taken it away from him by his own will, sending him, dumping him on that top rope. Feeling good with that strike, but couldn't capitalize on that waist lock. Andrade fights his way out of it. So too does O'Reilly. And up over to the outside we go. Referee might be looking to get that turnbuckle pad fixed, but not happening right now. Wonder if that's going to play into Andrade's attempt at victory here in this main event. These two guys been trading an awful lot with one another. Oh my, right into the apron. Hottest part of the ring, and that's not going to be a nice feeling for O'Reilly, but he's able to fight back right away and send Andrade wherever he wants, which is underneath that bottom rope. Referee's count continuing on. Elbow across the bridge of the nose. Back in the ring we go here. Kyle O'Reilly now forcing Andrade up to his feet. Discus forearm. Probably would have had enough in that to knock out an elephant, but no! Stun gun instead. O'Reilly now taking a page out of Zack Sabre Jr.'s book. Armbar, leg lock applied simultaneously. Look at that. Andrade trying to kick to that rope with his one free leg. Can't make it, but he will break it. Slips out of the hold. That was incredibly finely done from Andrade. And look at this, up to his feet, look for a powerbomb. Great counter from O'Reilly. Sunset flip, will it be enough? Oh, so close. Roll up reversal from Andrade. O'Reilly counters him back. And 3 near falls in a row there. German suplex now from O'Reilly, and he might see the guillotine. He might see the guillotine choke incoming. He yanks it, and he locks his body around him. Guillotine choke stitched in. Kyle O'Reilly. Will he have him? Andrade, look at that. See, they are probably screaming to keep Andrade in this one, and it worked. Andrade didn't tap out, and for the third time, suplex driver right in front of Zelina Vega. One move is all it took to turn around this matchup for Andrade. Here we go. Handstand Pele kick. Moonsault kick even. And Andrade taking away another turnbuckle pad now. O'Reilly moves out of the way. Andrade thinking on his feet. And sending O'Reilly off his hammerlock DDT. Andrade Cien Almas is going to Money in the Bank. Andrade has done it. He has beaten Kyle O'Reilly, and he is going to the ladder match to stake a claim for the briefcase. Kenny Omega, Hiromu Takahashi, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose. Now Andrade Cien Almas joins the fray to leave Chicago with that briefcase in just under 2 weeks. Folks, we're almost done with another great episode of Monday Night Raw. But before we do so, I have huge news from the Raw General Manager himself. At Money in the Bank, Shinsuke Nakamura and Hiroshi Tanahashi will collide for the World Heavyweight Championship. The King of Strong Style against the Ace. Two old rivals meeting again. Will Nakamura finish Tanahashi as he promises, or will the Ace live to fight another day?